Okay, so here we are for the battle against Chase, and he brings a wildly different team to what I was expecting. There is a Magneton, and there is the 𝙂𝘼𝙍. There is no Sizzle, which I definitely was expecting, as it's his best check to 𝙂𝘼𝘍. 𝙂𝘼𝑍, I guess, could be quite annoying if it's gonna Prankster Unburden. Not Unburden. Prankster Unburden. It's actually a Calyrex, it has two abilities. Yeah. Didn't expect those, but I also didn't expect Terrabug on a 𝙂𝘍𝘍. I still don't expect Terrabug on a 𝙂𝘍𝘍. I think it might just stay as a water type, but I guess it does make me 50-50 between two things on Ceruledge. No Hisuian Samurott either. Interesting. Well, I think I still lead off with what I planned to lead off with this entire time, and that is my Sneasler. We have a few different win cons we can go with here. Blastoise is Shell Smash. If we can get it in on the 𝙂𝘍𝘍, then we should be in a pretty good spot. The Ceruledge is just going to be very difficult for him to break down, especially because he didn't bring that much priority. If it's Sucker Punch on Dragapult, then there's that. But other than that, it's Ice Shard on Mamo and not a great deal else. So we'll go ahead and lock that in. There's a chance that he's Unburden on his... he might be Unburden Grassy Seed on 𝙂𝘼𝑍, so I do need to be careful around that, because if it switches in, realistically I could knock off every time, but it won't take too much from that after a Grassy Seed. So he's going to lead off with Sentinel, which is going to be the Magneton. Okay, I am just going to U-turn. I don't think you have any business staying in. What do I switch into this? Probably going to be my Rilla. Still going to do quite a lot, but I will just U-turn out. They are going to stay in. Okay. We get a little bit of damage. I assume this was Sturdy. And yeah, we just go into Rilla. On what I will assume is going to be a Flash Cannon. Is pretty free into my team. Just a Volt Switch. Okay. So I definitely could have taken that hit if I wanted to, but it... Like, what else was I going to click? Close Combat and die? No thanks. We could see the 𝙂𝘼𝑍 come out here. If that's... No, it's going to be you. Okay. That's fine by me, because if you... Do I want to knock off first? Like, your Terrabug. What are you running with Terrabug? I kind of do want to just knock first, but this is also a great opportunity to just get my Blastoise in, so... yeah, they are going to Terrabug straight away, so I no longer have any mind games with Ceruledge. And we get to see whether or not this thing is Covert Cloak, or not Covert Cloak, Rocky Helmet instead of Covert Cloak. No, it has not shown that. So I think the freest turn is just to go into my Zapdos here. They flip turn, they take very meaningless damage. Ice Beam, good play. They don't freeze, so at least there's that. We see no leftovers either. I once again just U-turn. You should go into Magneton. There's no real reason I don't think to keep this in. Never mind. I've been proven wrong. We are playing the Draft League game right now. Of just pressing U-turn over and over. I mean, I'll go into Rilla, because this is their way of switching into Rilla, I assume. So yeah, they're going to flip. All in all, not a lot gained, not a lot lost in these first turns. Ink Hex comes in. That is the 𝙂𝘼𝑍. And we see no Grassy Seed. Okay. I'm just going to go out to my Sneasler. If they knock us on Fortnite, but not the end of the world. We can deal with Dragapult in other ways. We can deal with Namorous in other ways. They Parting Shot. That's fine, because I just U-turn on whatever comes in here. If it's Pult and Scarfed, it does not kill us. Life Bender just comes back in. That is the 𝙂𝘍𝘍. So I'm pretty certain at this point that you are just going to be Covert Cloak. You're not Covert Cloak. Okay, we get the Poison Touch. Big day. So, Assault Vest. We've seen Ice Beam. We've seen a whole bunch of stuff that really doesn't do a lot of damage to my team. So, I will just go out into my Blastoise. Say, just flip. fine by me. It's going to do absolutely nothing after the grassy terrain, and they go into Magnezone. I just, once again, go into Rilla. It's going to be a lot of pivoting. This early game is going to just be pivoting. Sentinel comes back in. I have no reason to take damage on this, so as much as it is an obvious play and it's going to get very little out of all of these turns, at least the poison means that we are forcing some kind of progress. So, yeah, back out into Rilla. Even a Flash Cannon shouldn't do too much damage if they predict it. If they T-Wave, that would be a little unfortunate, but at the same time we'll still have the priority, so not the end of the world. I expect a Volt Switch. Nope, they just T-Volt. That's a respectable amount of damage. This does now give me an opportunity to just click Knock, though. And Harp Light comes in. Okay, we'll take that. We will take this Knock every day of the week. What were you? What item? Wackandy's nuts. Okay, so this is probably the first time I calc in this game, but I believe that a Double Edge should kill an Amorous. It's close. I don't think it's really worth me doing right now. Would you go for a Moonblast? I mean, you don't know that I'm Assault Vest, so I will just Double Edge. A Moonblast, it's fine. Chewing. Special attack drop, devastating. And Double Edge puts it in range of Grassy Glide. We are a little bit weakened, just a little bit, but that's fine. It's doing what it needed to do. And if he switches, we just get another turn of grassy terrain. We should be able to bring Rilla back up to a pretty decent amount of health. They are going to switch, makes sense. But Enamorus has taken a pretty big chunk already, which is ideal. So, they can flip turn here. They could Ice Beam. I think my play is just to Knock. If they Ice Beam, it does not do any damage to me. So I'm just going to Knock. Let's start forcing some progress here. It was Assault Vest. Cool. They just flip. Nice. Last damage we'll get back with the grassy terrain. And Harp Light just comes back in. Because this is the last turn of grassy terrain, I would assume. And that's actually fine by me. You don't go for an Earth Power, so I could just go into you and sneak. That's what I'm going to do. Earth Power doesn't kill me anyway, it doesn't do that much damage. Next Moonblast. Second attack drop pivot. And it might be a little early to set up. What do you go into on this? I guess maybe the Grafaiai. I'll sneak. If you go Grafaiai, you go Grafaiai. Okay, you are going to switch. Keeping that one around makes sense. And it's Inkhex. Okay. All good. Right. I will once again just go into Sneasler. I think this is my play every time, especially because we know Enamorus isn't Scarfed. Now we are pretty free to just constantly go into this mon. And yeah, Encore's predicting me to do... I mean, kind of making me stay in with Sneak. That's essentially what that was for, right? This time, do I want to throw off a CC? There's no reason to not, is there? Yeah, I'll just CC. Okay, and they let us take it. You might be able to take us out from here. -1, but no, it's just going to be a parting shot. So we're getting our damage. And weakening pretty much everything. We're starting to find the end game of like Blastoise or Ceruledge here. No doubt we see Aloe come in. It could be Polt actually, but I don't know that we're Scarfed. We've just shown U-turn and close combat, and that we're Poison Touch. He could assume Scarf, which he is going to do. And I think I pretty much... Gardevoir is a reasonably okay switch into this. Rillaboom has done a lot of its job, but I do think it's more important to keep around than Gardevoir is. Yeah, I'd rather go Guard. And we'll get to see whether or not this is specs. Because physical will be worse for me, I will say that. It's Infiltrator. Okay, that's good to know. So, just gonna double. Okay, so I guess they were scouting. And Heartblight comes in. I really wish that this would just have died to a Vacuum Wave from this range, but there's no world in which it does. I can pretty freely Mystical Fire though. Mystical Fire should take this out, I believe. Yeah, 29-35. And yeah, there's no real downside to it. They're just going to Moonblast. That shouldn't do too much to me. Yeah, it does nothing. And Mystical Fire will take out the Enamorus. Okay. So how do you want to revenge this? Magneton took, like, some pretty good damage. I think he knows maybe this is Scarf. Maybe this is Scarf, and that's how he worked out what my set was. Am I leaving myself open to much if I just Mystical Fire here? Because we should live one. Magneton, yeah, Flash Cannon does not do enough. Mystical Fire actually has a, like, Mystical Fire into Vacuum Wave definitely knocks us out. So I'm just going to Mystical Fire. They still beat him. Okay, well, we might not take this as well, but we do take it. We do fucking take those time. So crit didn't matter. Crit straight up didn't matter. We know this is like Vacuum Wave was going to kill afterwards, regardless. Mystical Fire was a range against Eviolite max HP from that range. So I don't think in any world that would have mattered. I'm pretty sure that was Choice Scarf. It took like 20% from it took 20% from my U-turn turn 1, like 15%. Frostbringer comes in. That's just going to be the Mamo. I will just get damage if he lets me get the damage. He does. Another crit. I'm so sorry, Chase. And he Trailblazers. But that's fine. Because we're Scarf on Sneasler, we just... Regardless, we would go into Sneasler, I think. Actually, do we go into Sneasler here? We could also just go into Rilla. Rilla's too low, actually. We can't go into Rilla. I think we have to go into Sneasler then. And... Close combat, he goes into Pult. I think we're still in a good enough spot that we can risk that. I could also just U-turn, because you should always Earthquake here. I can go into Zap. Yeah, he's going to withdraw. He's not going to risk this. I think that's potentially one of his win cons at this point. But yeah, we make the play and get it correct there. So, do we get second Poison Touch? We've been so lucky in this game, I wouldn't be surprised. But this is out of range of everything. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. And actually what I think I want to do is just double out. Do I want to do that? Like, you shouldn't want to take the sneak. Do I take a Draco from 268? Like, we've seen nothing from this. Dragapult from Choice. That's 𝙂𝘼𝘍. That's close enough, right? Dragapult will do... It would be a roll. So I actually am going to switch out. Go out into my Rilla. Because if he Dracos, then that gives me the opportunity to set up next turn. He's Dragon Darts. Okay, so physical. Probably banded from that damage. So how much is Blastoise taking from band? It is taking probably too much. If it's got Sucker as well, then it's definitely too much. But I will go into Blastoise. Fuck it. And yeah, we'll just get smashing. And if they switch, which they do, we get a free smash into Inkex. Forgot this thing's still around. may have forgotten this thing's still around. Oh, okay. That's a problem. I think I lose to this, actually. I have to go into Zap. I don't have a choice. Is this a +2? I think it actually does just beat me. Depending on whether or not it lands every hit. Yeah, he Encores. Makes sense. So, Encore Parting Shot. I got to assume it's got something to hit this. Probably going to be Gunk Shot, right? We surely don't take a +2 Gunk Shot. Oh, we do. Zapdos is a bit of a goat. However, hopefully we take this out. Okay, we do. Zapdos, you have saved my ass there, because that mon was a demon. Holy shit. I thought something might be Mirror Herb. Didn't think it would be 𝙂𝘖𝘖, which I know with Unburden makes like no sense. But you know what, yeah. Okay, so now I go into Sneasler. Zapdos, you did die for it, but you sure did do your job. Now, we are bulky on this, but are we bulky enough? The answer is no. But regardless, I think I do need my damage on this, so I can just... What's left in the back? Mamo. Mamo should be fine. I do just need my damage on this. So I'll just Shadow Claw. They are going to withdraw. Okay. Big damage. But you know what they say, damage is damage. And with the grassy terrain disappearing, I think I can actually go into Blastoise. Unless he has a second... second Mirror Herb in the back, Pippin. And we should be fine. This is still out of range. Like, realistically, all I need to do is just get everything in range of the... everything in range of my boy. I still believe I live this. And for you to do that much to my Rillaboom, you had to be banded. To knock it out from 42? Might actually be Adamant Band? Adamant Band and a high roll? To knock out Rilla from there? Unless I had taken more damage than I expected? I don't know. Just U-turns. That did a fuck ton of damage. Frostbringer comes in. Are you also Mirror Herb? Guys, don't do it to me, Chase. I can't deal with two. Please don't show me a second Mirror Herb. Thank you. Oh my god. Right. Well, now we can surf. Shard to get his damage. And that's probably like the last real major threat. Now, do you have Sucker? Lifebinder comes in. I'm assuming you don't have Sucker. So, yeah, I'll just surf this. And I don't think you can do enough damage to me. Mirror Coat would. Maybe I should have Shell Smash twice. Do I care? Like, realistically, do I care if this lives? I don't think I do. Flip turn. Okay. So, at this point I've got the damage I needed. Void Worm comes back in. Just gonna click Dragon Pulse. See if you have Sucker. You have Quick Attack. Shite. But I'm just gonna go into 𝙬𝘖𝘖𝘖. And I will simply just click Swords Dance. And I think that should just be the game, because you've Terror Bugged. Bitter Blade will kill a 𝙂𝘖𝘖𝘖. There is in fact no world in which I believe this doesn't kill a 𝙂𝘖𝘖𝘖. So yeah, we just Bitter Blade. Very dead at 𝙂𝘖𝘖𝘖𝘖. And it's just a Dragon Ball. It should die to a Shadow Sneaker +2. Because we know it's banded. We know full well it's not Cassib Berry. And even if it does kill my 𝙬𝘖𝘖𝘖 here, we can just take it out with Sneasler afterwards. I will Terror. Do I want to? I mean, I'll Terror just in case any weird shit happens, right? I think that's the best play. And then I'm just going to click. I'm going to click Shadow Sneak. So it depends entirely on how bulky this boy is, but we are a +2 Expert Belt Adamant. It should do 122 min. But just in case he had like the Sucker and had just hidden it this entire time, I wanted to Terror. Because Sucker would have done a lot of damage to me. And a crit probably would have knocked us out. So yeah, that's going to be game. GG to Chase. That was actually really scary. The 𝙂𝘖𝘖𝘖 nearly fucked me up. My god. That was, yeah, that 𝙂𝘖𝘖𝘖𝘖 was something. I should have seen the Mirror Herb coming. But I just didn't know which mod it was going to be on. But yeah, good game. to chase. Make sure to go check him out. Link will be down in the description below. We moved to 3-0. I want to say it's +7 differential. I don't fully remember, but still, great start to the season. And yeah, enjoy the battle. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until the next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.